So we are going to be talking about finding and using the discriminant. The discriminant is a specific part of the quadratic formula. We've already watched the video on the quadratic formula. If you need help on this, please go back and rewatch this video. The discriminant is the part of the quadratic formula under the radical sign. You can see I have it highlighted here. Again, the quadratic formula is x equals the negative of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And we derive this from the standard quadratic function, which is ax squared plus bx plus c, where a is the coefficient of the quadratic, b is the coefficient of the linear, and c is the constant. The importance of the discriminant is that it tells us the number and types of solutions to the quadratic function. There are three possible cases for solutions to quadratic functions. One case in which we have two roots. Another case where we have one root. And finally, where we have zero roots. As you can see in the graphs here, our first case where we have two roots, our parabola crosses below the x-axis and then has to come back above the x-axis. This is why we get two roots. When we have one root, the parabola just touches the x-axis. This can be at any point along the x-axis. This would be the one root. When you do this on your calculator, it's called a double root. Also, there is no root. This is when the parabola does not cross the x-axis. Mathematically, when we're looking at the three possible solution cases, we're only looking at b squared minus 4ac, again, the stuff underneath the radical sign in the quadratic formula. If b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0, the line here is to indicate that you are supposed to write this down. It's not greater than or equal to. It's just a greater than. Greater than 0 will result in two real solutions. This is all positive numbers. If b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0, this will result in one solution. This is when the graph just touches the x-axis. And again, the line here is not to confuse you with three lines under equal sign. It's a line to indicate that you're supposed to write this down, where you're supposed to be putting in your notes. The last case, when b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, or a negative number, this will result in no real solution. Now, this could be an imaginary or a complex numbered solution. We'll discuss this later on. Keep this in mind, though. b squared minus 4ac is our discriminant. Again, remember that becomes very important. We're going to look at this example, 5x squared plus 3x minus 7. We already know how to find a, b, and c. We used those when we were factoring. 5 is our a, b is 3, and c is negative 7. Again, we need to be very careful with the negative sign. When there's a minus, we're pulling that negative sign with us. So b squared becomes 3 squared minus 4 times a, which now is 5, times c, which is now negative 7. When we plug those in, we get 3 squared minus 4 times 5 times negative 7. 3 squared is 9. 4 times 5 times negative 7 is 140. We add 9 to 140, we get 149. Because this number is greater than 0, again, this is a greater than, this is not greater than or equal to. It's just a line to indicate that you should be writing this down as part of your notes. 149 is greater than 0, so we will have two solutions. And those solutions will be real solutions. It's important to note that the discriminant does not tell us what the solution or solutions are. It only tells us the number and type of solutions possible. Okay, again, it does not tell us the solution. 149 is not the solution to my problem. It's the solution to the discriminant. We have to actually do the entire quadratic formula to figure out what the solutions for x would be. This only tells us how many solutions and what type of solutions we will have. Please try the following problems on your guided notes page for homework this evening. Again, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask.